Test, test. Alright, 1 second everybody. Working on getting the live stream set up to this, so if anybody's out there. Tonight's more of just trying out some stuff and preps of stuff. So we'll see how it goes. Alright, give me a second. Alright, I'm back. Trying some new stuff tonight. I got some extra noise in the background and stuff, so just ignore that for a moment. But alright, I'm back. Trying some new stuff tonight. So we're just gonna try out. Basically, I'm doing some prep for tomorrow night's live stream, and we're just gonna do some mapping. So what I'm doing is trying to prep some maps together, so I don't spend like a bunch of time doing maps and stuff, and we can focus on doing the code and piecing the game together so we actually got something running. So my current map I was working on was Brecconary. It's the first town that you come across in Dragon Warrior or Dragon Quest, depending on. So pretty much I'm using a site called realmofdarkness.net. They have a pretty extensive collection of maps and statistics and data from all the various Dragon Quest games out there. Pretty much you can see here that they have like the different towns and all that and details about them. So we're just going off of that, and then any details that we're going to use in the game, we're going to add some, and then now for like NPCs and chests and all that, but like fill in that information during the stream. Alright, let's continue on where we were. So pretty much I have it blocked out. Just noticed that my top is off here. I think I might have miscalculated in counting. So this is on. So how many tiles do we have? So no, it's 32 by 32, which seems right if I remember. Alright, 1 second here while I count these tiles to make sure. Oh, so I was looking at tile width here. It's actually 34 by 34, which is right. It's looks like just I have these offset at the wrong position, so let's go and erase it. So I'm basically working off of 3 layers here. I have a ground, an overlay, and an NPC layer. My ground layer is just basically all the ground sprites or tiles. Overlay I've been using for various doors, stairs, chests, and that's going to be basically any kind of interactions that the player will step on and stuff. As you can see, I can turn them off. And then NPCs is obviously the NPCs. So let's take this, and the program I am using for this is called Tiled. It's a free map editor out there, and it's been pretty nice. I use it for the majority of my stuff, just because it output for it is in XML. Do all kinds of different formats, have different layers, different tile sets, and it manages it all for you. A lot of the current APIs and all that out there for like monogame and all that usually have importers and stuff that pull these in automatically, but in our stream tomorrow we're going to be writing up our own quick and dirty loader for it. So let's go back, and so these should be coming off the corners here. Let's go and get rid of these too. Well, it would help if I was actually on the right layer here. As you see, I'm in the overlay. So let's move these. Do I have? Oh, yep. Put some grass in the overlay. There we go. So basically we're going to be starting from the beginning on this map again. So corners, all the corners on this one are 2 offset. And so these are 12 starting or off of this corner. So and then so if I have these weird pauses, it's usually because I'm counting tiles on the other screen. And this one's also 12. Alright, so and then we have the road is here, and then we have 2 gaps on either side. And then that should go down to that bottom corner. And then this wall over here is even with this one. Then we have road with a gap on either side. And that gives us our basic outer wall. There's a lake down here with an item shop in the middle of it. So let's put in the street again. So there's basically a single avenue that goes through the center of town, and then one that goes to the north side of town. And then it looks like, let's see, the 5th block off the wall here is the one going up to the weapon shop. As you can hear, you can probably hear my younger son in the background. And let's add in all these various streets here. So we have 2 off here. So there's these NPCs here that you can talk to. One's removes curses, and then another one's more, I think, a plot line, if I remember right. So the corner of the building's there. So 2, and then there. And there's 3 into the other one. And these go up to 3s. So there's a nice little trick that they do in these older Dragon Quest games to where, as you can see here, there's a shop that basically as soon as you enter, or as you can see down here, there's another one. As soon as you step on these tiles here, it blacks out the entire screen and then shows you the inside of the building. So I think what I'm going to do there is draw these in as like the standard on the ground layer, and then draw in the roof as part of the overlay, and then set these as a special trigger, like on the ground layer for the transition into. So as soon as you hit those, it'll tell it to turn off the overlay and then black out everything. So that might prove a little bit more tricky, but we'll figure it out. Alright, so let's see. Let's add in the water real quick. As we know, it goes down to this corner, and then there's 2 trees off of here. And then comes across. And then see, it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 off of here. So 2 blank. Oh, gotta remove this one. And then this comes up 3, out 2, 2. So as you can see, I'm trying to do this now so it's not like insanely boring on the stream of it's a lot of counting tiles and I mean I could probably get a program to rip these maps or something from the ROM or take the images and just scale them up to figure it out, but I kind of wanted to do it by hand to get the feel of, you know, writing it. Basically get the feel of, you know, as if we're writing it from, well, since we are writing it from scratch. Let's see, and that comes up. So one of the nice things that I have on here is, since I have my tile map, I can go in and edit this tile set, and on each of them they have various properties. And so an easy way that I'm going to do collision detection is just define the entire block as a collision. Is I can add in a type, and so I define anything that's a collision block as a type block. So make it easier whenever I start doing the collision detection and stuff to figure it out. I'm going to be adding in more properties later, especially for like whenever you talk to somebody that you can define what type of character and stuff that they should be and what dialogue paths and stuff they have. So back to the editor. So let's add in the non-roofed version of this. So if you hear cartoons in the background, it's my son watching Paw Patrol. But so far so good. Alright, so now we have that. We can add in our road up. And it's starting to come together. So we can do this upper building too while we're at it, since it's pretty straightforward of where it's at. Don't have to really do much counting of. Alright, so there's the inside. Looks like it has some water in the back. A counter. It has a brick floor. There's that building. And then this one is just blocked off around the outside. And then this building up here is 2 off this corner. 3 across on the inside. Then put in the counter. Then put in the floors. Connect our road. And let's see. Looks like a good reference for this building is off this bottom corner. So looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 up. And then we have, and then the outside, the signpost goes there. Outside wall. And then we have, looks like a back room here comes up with the doors gonna go there. And then we have my son banging stuff in the background. So he's 2, so he's very into dumping stuff and banging and alright, let's add in our counter. And then there's that building. Let's save this. Alright, then there's a bunch of trees all over the place. So, as you see, it slowly starts coming together. Once we get some decent references and we don't have to count hardly at all. We can just go off the corners and paint some happy little trees. So about the only other thing after this would be, for the ground, would be adding in, looks like there's some sand in places. And then NPCs. Alright, then I think that's all the trees. Alright, let's save and then add in the sand. Alright, and not too much sand, so it should go pretty quick. Now, for some of these, I kept the more authentic look of they have a full tile with the trees on it. So, but I could also do, like with the doors and stuff, they used to use multiple tiles for. They'd have several different versions of the stairs going down for the tiles underneath. So I just made them transparent, so I can add them to an overlay. Instead of creating a bunch of different tiles. And I believe that's all. That's the entire ground layer. So as you can see, we have Brecconary without any people. Oh, one thing, we forgot the signs. So this is a weapon shop, and this is the inn. So let's head up to the overlay now and add in our doors. So we have a door here, and there's a door here. Save again. Now let's add our NPCs in. So there's a merchant here. So the way I'm doing these is I start out with, on the NPC layer, I place the top left facing south of the NPCs. I can also place in the others, but this allows me to basically create a reference of which directions go what and which tile indexes. So whenever code-wise, we can just directly reference each of the indexes so we can determine what frame of animation they're in. So come down here and start dropping some. We need a guard down here. Some of these will have, we'll be adding custom code in to determine their movements and stuff like that, whether they're stationary or they walk around or. Let's see. Some of these I'm placing are just in random locations because they tend to have random movements. We'll take care of that in the code. Let's see, and then we'll make this game super hard in the beginning, put the Dragon Lord there. No, let's not do that. Alright, let's see, who else am I missing? Oh, forgot some merchants. Got a merchant there. Looks like there's some random people here. Looks like a wandering merchant here. A guard up there. And then person there. And I think that's it. So as you can see, now we have Brecconary. So let's save that. But here's some various other ones I've done. So this first one's Throne Room, then Tanagal, the basement of Tanagal, and then Brecconary. But I think we'll call it a night there. Tomorrow night we'll be doing the full stream of coding and see how that goes. Until then, catch you later.